Hey everyone, welcome back to Fast Food Barbecue. Today we're going to be making some sausage. Falukorv. Falukorv. Anyway, it's a Swedish Comfort sausage. So what I have here is 2.2 pounds of pork butt. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this cubed up nice and get it ready for our grinder. We're going to cube this up, put it in the freezer for about 45 minutes or so. About 30 degrees or so. This way it goes through our grinder and it doesn't bind it up. So we'll get this all cubed up and then we'll put it in the freezer and then we'll be back to the next step. Alright, so our pork's all cubed up and ready for the freezer. One thing I forgot to mention is the reason I'm using pork butt is because it's got a really good fat to meat ratio, and if you're making sausage without fat then it's just be all dried out and not very good. So just wanted to throw that in there. So we'll put this in the freezer about 45 minutes to an hour and we'll be back. Alright, now that our meat is chilled, we're going to put this through a small die on my very loud meat grinder. So let's get that started. Alright, now that our meat is ground, I'm going to shut the camera off and I'll put it through one more time, then we'll move on to the next step. Alright, now that our meat has been ground twice, I totally forgot what I have here is a half an onion that was supposed to be ground in with the meat. Total rookie move. Definitely a senior citizen moment there. So I'm just going to grind this into the meat now and we'll give it a good mix. Alright, so we'll give this a good mix. Just like that. And then next, we're going to move on to our spices. And this is an emulsified sausage. Yay! So after this, we have to run it through a food processor. So we'll come back with our spices, and we'll get this thing start to emulsify. All right, now that we got our onions added to the meat the way it should have been done, let's talk about our spices. So in here, I have 3 teaspoons of kosher salt, 2 teaspoons of white pepper, a half teaspoons of pink curing salt number 1, a half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and a half teaspoon of coriander. In here, I have 9 teaspoons of potato starch. And we're also going to be adding 3 cups of ice cold water. So let's get this thing start emulsifying and get it going. All right, so I rechilled my meat. Now comes my least favorite part. We're gonna get this meat emulsified. So I'm gonna put some in there, not a lot. Let's have a look at it. We're looking for pretty much looking for a paste. So that's actually looking good. It's pasty. So I'm gonna get this out of there, and then put the next batch in. Now with this batch, I'm gonna add the spices and some water. I think we'll be able to do 3 batches. We'll be fine. Okay. Now we add our spices. Like that. And we're going to add some of our water. I don't know if you saw that rookie move. I poured the spices and the water into this, but that's all right. Okay. Yeah, well, this is exactly what we're looking for. You can see it's pretty much a paste. So we can do that. Get this out. Like I said, this is my least favorite thing to do because it's just messy. There's meat everywhere. And bad enough I had to wash my grinder parts twice, and I got to wash this sticky mess. So I'm going to set this aside. Let me get the rust out. Most of it with a rubber spatula. And then we're going to put our last batch of meat in, and to that we're going to add our potato starch. That. Okay, good enough. Like I said, doing this, there's meat everywhere. Alright, so we're going to add the rest of our meat. We have a little bit of water left that we're going to add with our potato starch. Like that. Okay. Alright. Now we're going to add our potato starch. And the rest of our water. And that's it. It's looking good. That's the paste we want. So I'm going to get all these parts out of here. I think I could have probably let the first batch go a little longer, but that's all right. It's still going to work out great. Okay, I'm going to get this stuff out of here. just like that. Now this sauce is just a lengthy process, because after this we're going to put this back in the freezer to chill again. Then we're going to stuff them. It's meant for ring bologna casings, but I don't have any, so we're going to be using kielbasa casings. So we're going to do that, then we're going to smoke them for an hour, and then we're going to sous vide them for an hour. So it is a lengthy process, so we'll be back at the next step. Alright, so our meat's been chilling for a little longer in the refrigerator, so now let's get this thing stuffed. Alright, so we're going to crank this thing down. Get the end over here. Get it started anyway. Oh, there we go. Put that aside. Now we're going to pull this out, and we're going to leave a little extra on the end, because we'll be tying these into rings, so we'll use the ends to tie it. That's that. And let's get these things stuffed. They're stuffing really nice. Move this up a little. Move that over. Kind of reminds me of bockwurst or bratwurst. So we're gonna keep going. And that looks good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull some casing off. We're gonna snip. Then we're going to tie this, try to get it down as close as we can to the sausage, like that. And then what we're going to do is take these two ends, I'm going to tie them together. One, two, I'm going to give another one for good measure. Three, like that. I'm going to snip these and move on to the next one. So we'll get these stuffed and we'll be back. Alright, so our Falukorv sausages are looking beautiful. Kind of look like ring bologna. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the smoker heat up to 140. And we're only going to smoke it for 1 hour at 140. And then after that we're going to sous vide it. So we'll get it heated up and we'll be back. Alright, now that our smoker's heated up, we're going to hang these guys in the smoker at 140 for an hour. And then after that, we'll move on to yet another step. So we'll see you guys in an hour. Alright, so our sausage has smoked at 140 for an hour. Now we're going to put it in the sous vide at 176 for an hour. So I vacuum packed them. This one's not looking very good. It's sealed, but it's not very packed very well. But my vacuum sealer, I should say, is dying. Oops. And it died, then it worked again, but it's definitely on its way out. So we're going to get these on the water. And then we're going to sous vide these for an hour. Do that. Get them on the water. Oops. Fighting me. Alright, just like that. And I'll fix this and we'll be back. Alright, so sausage has been in the sous vide for about an hour. So we're going to get these out of here. Alright, look. They smell amazing. Oh, they smell great. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these two. And we're going to put them on a wire rack overnight. Wish they didn't have to because I really want to taste them, but they have to dry out overnight. And like I said before, this is a very labor-intensive sausage, but it's going to be amazing. So with that, we're going to get these on the rack overnight, and we'll see you tomorrow. Alright, so our Falukorv has been in the refrigerator overnight chilling. So let's slice into this thing and see how it looks. That looks great. Look at that. So now this is meant to be eaten hot or cold. So I'm going to try it cold. Also, usually use a ring bologna casing, which isn't edible. So I'm gonna try it both ways. One with the casing, and one I'll peel the casing off. So let's give this thing a taste. All right, let's give this thing a taste. First, I'm gonna try it with the casing on. Oh, that's good. That's very good. Kind of tastes like bologna a little bit. Definitely tastes the onion in it, but all right. Let's try it without the casing. It's really good too. I kind of like it with the casing, but it's good sauce itself. Excuse me. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. If you like this video or any of my videos, please subscribe, comment, like, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you soon.